You guys are doing well. This side Tapan Kiar Jha. Welcome to our hacker blog English. In this video today we will talk about like insecure APIs. What is insecure APIs? Many of the time you have heard about these news that bank database got hacked or maybe some bank APIs got hacked. So how these APIs actually got hacked by any hacker, and what are the flaws that is present into the website. So we will in this video we will talk about that concepts, how to identify those insecure APIs, and another most important thing, how to practically implement this thing, how to practically check whether that application contains any insecure API or not. So in this video we will talk about theoretical, practical, logic building. Everything will be covered in this video, so stay tuned with us till the end of this video. If you like the video, then please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, as well as also do like the video, so that it will get good reach in the field of a cyber security. Okay, so before starting this, first of all you need to understand what things we have in our lab setup today. So first of all, we are using a Mozilla Firefox operating system, Firefox browser to send an API request by using a browser, okay, just through the URL itself only. Other than this, we are using a Postman. A Postman is a software which is used to create and test the APIs as well. Okay, if you want to download this API, so what you can do, you can just simply type download Postman for Windows. The first option will be here only, postman.com. By this, just click on Windows 64. You can directly download this particular software in your system. Okay, once you download, just try to install it with a simple step, next, install. That's it. After installing, when you open this software, it looks something like this, where you do not have anything. Here you can see this one, okay, a blank request which do not contain any URL, nothing like that. Okay, in the starting it may ask you to create your account. It is better to create your account, so that if you are trying to test multiple APIs, especially for the companies, then it will be easier for you to manage all your APIs once in the account itself only. Right now we have not created our account. If you want to create an account, just click on the top right button. Here you can see create account, and on their website itself you can go and register for this particular API. Now after this, here you can see if you have already have an account on this particular website, then what you can do, you can just simply sign in into your account. Okay, so got it. Some few students are there. Very good. Thank you so much guys for coming in this session, as well as please I request you, all of you, to please like the video and please do comment, so that more this video will get a good reach. Okay, so like after seeing this, now we have a plus icon on the top of it. You can see, so plus icon is just to create a new request. Here you can see the URL, where you just enter the URL. In the below you will find a params, so parameters are there, where you need to enter a keys as well as the values. With this also you can just type a description if you have more than 2-3 values, and if you forget to remember this value, this key is used for which purpose. So in that condition, what you can do, you can just enter the description part as well. Okay, now after entering any URL, you have multiple other options also, like here you can see authorization. So if you want to, if you are having a authorization token or key, whatever you have, you can also add this. So once you add this authentication token, auth 1.0 or 2.0, or maybe some basic authentication like username and a password, okay, or it can be a JWT token. Okay, so based on your requirement, whatever authorization that you are having, when you add this, so automatically when you try to trigger this API by using the Postman, this authorization token will be sent by with this request, so that the server, it reaches on the server, and server verify if it is a genuine request or not, coming from a genuine source or not, and it will allow the user to fetch the information directly from the database. Other than this, here you can see headers are there. So if you want to set any specific header, sometime while conducting a live bug hunting, you may see that some of the web platform will tell you that please add this headers into your request, so that the target website will be able to identify your request and will allow you to send the request in response. Okay, during bug hunting you can also customize your headers. Okay, with this here you can see a body will be there. A body basically when you try to send some post request. Right now here you can see in the URL multiple type of requests are there. If you tell me, Tapan, please create a video on each and every request type, then I will create a video on each and every request type. But when you deal with the API, so almost you have to do hands-on on each and every request type. Okay, generally we in the browser in the verb suite we see generally get and post, but put, patch, delete, head, option, update, multiple other request types are also there. So if you want to see, then you can use this website. I recommend you to go through this website. Wait a second, let me check it once. Okay, yeah, this one here you can see you will get multiple requests. Get one is there, get, post, put, patch, delete. So at least you can have some hands-on on these type of a request. Okay, so with this you can do it. After this here you can see you just paste a URL, and if you want to add something, like if you want to add some data into it, so you here in the raw you can just enter the information. Okay, then here you can see you can also write your own script to test this API directly from here. Here you can see. Now if you want to add some proxy by using this Postman, like let's suppose if you want to initiate any request by using Postman and you wanted to capture this request in a verb suite, then what you can do on the top right you can see an option, settings, just nearby the sign in button or create account button. Now after clicking on a settings icon, there is an option, settings. Just click on it. After clicking, this window will appear on your screen on first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. On seventh tab you will find a proxy. In proxy, when you scroll down, you will have an option like add a custom proxy configuration. Just click on it. Here you just need to type the IP address of your verb suite, that is 127.0.0.1, and here you can see the port number is 8080. So in this way you can just add this username, the proxy IP address and a port number. After that your verb suite is ready to generate any request which is used by this, which is captured within this verb suite. Okay, so what you can do, just try it once so that we can check if it works or not. So right now I'm taking this dummy API. This dummy APIs, you will get this APIs directly by using this website. I'm just writing the URL of these APIs. Here you can see the URLs. It is already mentioned in the description, so if you want to check out, you can just see the description and you will get all these URLs whatever I am showing in this video. Okay, so great. So first of all, here you can see dummy.restapi example.com. It's much easier to access. Here you can see update, delete. So few options are already there. Okay, employee, to check the employee details. You want to get all employee details, here you can see version 1 is there, v1, v2. So we will have another video where we just try to modify the versions, as well as with this, if we are able to get the information, if you are able to get the access of an older API, let's suppose right now the current version is v2, and if you are trying to hit the v1 and if it is available, then it's also a bug. Okay, so we will discuss it on the later videos. First of all, let me complete this practical. So once you click on this, or if you want to get the more details, just click here. Okay, so let's suppose if I click here, automatically once you enter this request, you will get details about each and every employees which is present in the database of this website. So what you can do, just enter the URL over here. Now as it is a simple request, you do not require any authentication, but remember one thing, see, getting the employee details is really important data, okay, for any organization. If it is my organization, I want to secure my employee information. Why I want that anybody from the internet can have an access of my employee details and get this information and try to misuse my employees information. So basically it's a very important information. It should be it should be restricted or prevented. It should be used within some kind of authentication token, and if this APIs do not require any authentication token to access data directly from the database, might be possible some token will be there, and if you remove that token, In that condition, if you remove that token, then also it is able to fetch the information. Then it comes under insecure APIs, where the APIs are not properly designed to fetch the information to, to identify if the session token is present there or not. Okay, so once you send this request, automatically you can check the responses here. Same thing, you can just directly go here and check if it captures here or not. So request, after this, if we can identify, no, we do not have anything. So let me check. Okay, everything is good. 8080 port number. Again, we need to go and see proxy 8080. Okay, so what we can do, you can just turn on the intercept so that we can see if it is able to intercept the request or not. Yeah, here you can see now it is able to intercept the request. So in this way you can use the API Postman, okay, and integrate it with the verb suite. With this you are able to take the request. Now forward this request, forward, put the intercept off. In the repeater tab is basically used to repeat the request multiple times whenever you want. You do not need to switch back to the browser to generate any request. So when you trigger here, so here you can see all employee details will be displayed over here. So now it says too many requests. So these online APIs, the testing APIs, you will find these challenges because multiple people are using the same API. So in this way you will find some kind of challenges, but you keep trying to get the information. Okay, and if you want to access the older API, let's suppose there will be a second version, okay, and we are using a latest second version. So in that condition, if you will try to change the version to v1, then it's also comes under vulnerability, because from there you are getting the older APIs. Okay, here in the response you are able to see that we are using a Nginx 1.21.6. so if, let me open it. Okay, one thing I wanted to inform you that we are creating a professional industry based course. So if you have not signed in on hackerblog.in, I request you to please sign in on this particular website, because on this website we used to conduct some test, a free test, so it will be very much helpful for you. Other than this, I will let you know that on this website you will find very useful courses in the courses field. Okay, so these are the very useful courses and at very lowest cost, so you can use this one. Okay, but check the language before you enroll into this particular program. Okay, so in this way you can just check it. And request bin, here you can see if you want to list as user, or if you want to get the information about a single user, what you can do, just click here. So now just paste this URL over here in the new tab and submit the request, send the request. Here you can see for user 2 I am able to get the information. Are you able to see this? This is the information that I am able to directly fetch from the database. So it means this APIs do not need to have a session token, okay, while sending this request on the server. So if it is a very useful information and should be protected by using a session token, then it's very much useful. And here you can see if you are able to access any APIs without having session token, then it comes under insecure APIs. Same thing happen with the banks also. Banks generally uses those APIs, and like here you can see one bank website like bank.in basically uses multiple other APIs to fetch the information. Might be it uses an API to fetch the information about the Aadhaar card, maybe some details for the verification, for the KYC verification. It also uses another API for a PAN verification. So like bank pan card database, the bank should not hold. Okay, so if it is maintained by some other organization, so what bank will do, bank will request for the API from the pan department. They will give one API where the bank need to supply the customer pan card, and it will fetch the information related to that particular pan card. So this API is there. Then third party APIs are also there, which is very much useful in during the process, during our working. Then account details, to fetch the account details of the user. So in this way, if the bank are using multiple APIs, and these APIs do not need any session token or access token, and without session token, access token, if attacker is able to fetch the information directly from the database, then this vulnerability leads to get data leak of any bank. So this is how attacker can identify any attack or any APIs. If you want to identify which APIs are there in the bank, so what you can do, you just open a browser. Right now I'm using a Firefox browser because I liked it, and setting up a proxy in the Firefox is really very much easy. Okay, after setting the proxy to the burp suite of after that, you need to scroll that website, a bank website. Right now I'm using a dummy website, but in place of dummy website, you can use a real-time website. Okay, in the burp suite, you can see a tree will automatically created. Okay, let me remove this one. Yes, so here you can see a tree will be automatically created, and with this tree you are able to identify if some kind of a API request are triggered or not. Here you can see request.reqres.in API folder will be there, so it means some APIs I'm trying to trigger, I'm trying to use it. So user API is there, and users API is there, and the parameter is sent is 2. So second user, we are trying to get the information of the second user. So in this way, if the web application contains an API, then you can try this practical on the live website. It will give you a lot of information. I hope like this video is very much clear to you, and now you are able to understand how these attackers tries to get the information directly from the API, directly from the bank, by using this APIs. And APIs plays a very much important role in securing your application. That's why on OWASP, when you look into the OWASP top 10 for website, and it also include OWASP top 10 for API. Okay, here you can see 2023, a latest one. These are the top 10 vulnerabilities that any APIs contain, and these are the vulnerabilities that any website contains. 2021 is the latest one. Okay, for website, and for API we have 23 is the latest one. So in this way we need to check it, and when you are testing any APIs, so at that time you need to make sure that you should follow the OWASP top 10 standard. And if you want me to create a video series on API testing 2023 based on OWASP top 10 2023, do write down in the comment section, I want videos on API testing for OWASP top 10 2023. Okay, I hope this sounds good, and I think this session is very much useful for you, and might be possible you are able to utilize this information, this practical on your live environment. Thank you so much for having me on this session, and thank you for watching my session. Please don't forget to hit the like button, and if you are new to this channel, I request you to please subscribe this channel, so that upcoming sessions you will directly get notified on your account. Okay, thank you so much. Have a nice day. Take care. Bye bye. Good night. Shabakar.